Hey guys and welcome back. In this video we shall see how to download and install Ubuntu 23.10, which is the latest version of Ubuntu right now on VMware Workstation Player. Now this VMware Workstation Player is a virtualization software which can allow you to download and install multiple operating systems and use them side by side. Yeah, that's right, you can use multiple operating systems on a piece of software without the need to change or modify any settings in your host computer. So let's see how we can do that. So first of all, I'll just download VMware Workstation Player. Now to do that, you just have to open your favorite browser and then search for VMware Workstation Player. And then we have to look for this one, download VMware Workstation Player, because this is the free edition of this software. If you download this pro version, it's not free. You will have to pay a fee or pay a price to use that version. So let's just download the free version, that is the Workstation Player. Alright, then you can just scroll down till you find this link. Try Workstation 17 Player for Windows. Since I am using Windows as my host computer, as my host operating system, so I'll just click here. Alright, so the download of my VMware Workstation Player has begun. Now in the meanwhile, let's start with the download of Ubuntu 23.10. Now to do that, you just have to search for Ubuntu and space download. Alright, then from the result you can just click on the first link, which is from ubuntu.com. Alright, and then you have to just scroll down, because this is the download page of Ubuntu. And from here also you can observe that 22.04 is the latest LTS version. LTS stands for long-term support version. So it's going to get guaranteed update till April 2027. And then the latest version is 23.10. It is not the LTS version, but if you just want to experience the latest version, then you can go ahead and download this version. And the recommended system requirements are same as that of 22.04 LTS, which are these. So we can just start the download from here. So just click on this button. Alright, and then after that the download will begin. So we don't have to do anything, let the download finish. Alright guys, the download has finished. So I'm just going to open the download folder where I have downloaded those files. And then we will start by installing the VMware Workstation Player. So I'll just right click on it and then click on Run as Administrator. And then the installer is going to pop out like this. So we just have to click on Next, then click on I accept the terms in the license agreement, and then click on Next. Now after that, if you click here on Enhanced Keyboard Driver, then a reboot will be required after the installation is complete. So I'll just let it be like that. I will not install it. And then this is the directory where this software is going to be installed. So don't get confused with this directory. In this directory we are just installing the software, and when we are going to install the guest operating systems, at that time we will have to specify the location where we want to save our guest operating systems. Those location and this location is different, so you don't have to worry if your C drive is a SSD drive and you don't want to utilize all the space on the drive. So after that, just click on Next. And then it's up to you if you want these two options to be ticked. First one is for checking the product updates on every startup, and second one is to join the VMware Customer Experience Improvement Program. So I'll just untick this one and then I'll click on Next. Alright, now here also just click on Next and then finally click on Install. and then the installation is going to begin. So just sit back and let it complete. So using this VMware software, we can install multiple different operating systems. Like for example, my computer is running Windows 11. Now on Windows 11, I am installing VMware Workstation Player. Now inside this Workstation Player, I'm going to install Ubuntu, Linux and Mac OS side by side without changing or making any kind of modification to my Windows 11. So that is the benefit of this software. If you want to learn more about VMware Player or how to install macOS or different versions of Linux, then you can follow my other videos. The link to those videos is in the description of this current video. So don't forget to check those videos out. Anyways, when the installation is finished, you can just click here on finish, and that's all. Let's open up the workstation player now. Alright, now from here you can observe that I have 3 guest operating systems already installed on my VMware Workstation Player. Anyways, I'm going to create a new guest operating system, so I'll just delete these like this. Alright guys, so let's just create a new virtual machine. So I'll just click here, and then from these options you have to choose I will install the operating system later, then click on next. Then the operating system type is Linux, and then the version is Ubuntu 64-bit. Then again click on next. Now from here you can give a name to your virtual machine. I'll just make it 23.10, which is the version of the Ubuntu. And then this is the location where virtual machines is going to be saved. Now in case if you want to change your location, you can click on browse like this, and then you can browse through the location where you want to save your virtual machines. Alright, then after that you can just click on next. Now on this page you have to specify how much disk space you want to allocate to your virtual machine. So the recommended disk size for Ubuntu is 25 GB. So I'll just make it 25, and then keep it on split virtual disk. It's easier to move the virtual machine to another computer, and it will reduce the performance, but it's okay because the trade-off here is that we will be able to utilize the memory in a better way. Just click on next. Then finally you can see this is the configuration of our virtual machine, which is going to be created now. Now to make any more changes, we can just click here on customize hardware so that we can make changes to the hardware settings. Now the first thing is memory, which is the RAM. So since my computer has 16 GB of RAM, so I can allocate more than 4 GB. So I'll just make it something around 6 GB. 4 GB is the recommended memory size. So anything above 4 GB is a good number for Ubuntu. And also make sure not to over allocate the RAM to the operating system, because in case if you allocate too much of your physical memory to the guest operating system, then your host computer's performance might suffer. So you have to keep that in mind. After that, click on processors. Here only 2 processor cores are allocated. I'll make it 4. This is going to give a performance boost. Then after that, click here on new CD DVD. Now here we have to select the ISO image file that we have downloaded. So I'll just click here on use ISO image file, and then click on browse, and then scroll to the location where you have downloaded the disk image of Ubuntu, and then click on open. Alright, then you can check the rest of the settings, but I'll not suggest to change any of those settings unless you are sure of what you are doing. And then finally you can just click here on close. Alright, then click on finish. Then a new virtual machine will be created and added to the list just like this, and this is the one that we have created just now. If you want to change the name of this virtual machine, you can do that from here also. You can just click on this name and then make any kind of changes that you want to make in this way, and then you can just click here on play virtual machine. This is going to start up our guest operating system. So let's just click here. It's asking if you want to try or install Ubuntu. So I'll just select the first option and then hit enter like this. Let's maximize this screen. And then the installer is going to open up like this. So on the first window we have to select the language. So I'll just select English. If you are facing problem with using mouse, then you can use your tab button to scroll through different options or different buttons and then tap on next. And then we have two options here, either to install Ubuntu and the second one is to try Ubuntu. Now when we try Ubuntu, it will be the live version of Ubuntu, and any kind of changes that you make to the computer or to your guest operating system will not be retained. So let's just install Ubuntu first. So you can tick mark the first radio button and then click on next. Alright, now on this window you can select the keyboard layout of your computer. Since on my computer it's English US type of keyboard, so I'll just select that and then click on next. Now since we are using VMware software, so we don't have to use Wi-Fi here. You can just let the first option be selected, that is use wired connection, and then just tap on next. And if you also get a prompt like this, then you can just update the version. So I'll just let this update, and then we'll have to restart our installer. So select the language, select your keyboard layout, then use wired connection. Then on this page you have the option to either make a full installation or a default installation. Now in the full installation, most of the tools, utilities, browser, games will be installed along with the installation of the operating system. And if you choose the default installation, then just the bare essentials, the web browser and the basic utilities will be installed to get you started. So I'm just going to make the full installation. So I'll select full installation, and then I want to install the third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware, and then also I'll install the support for additional media formats and then tap on next. In case your mouse is also having some problem with the VMware, then you can use your keyboard. You can use the tab button to scroll through different options, and then here as well we don't have to do anything. I'll just tap on next. Alright, then again next, like this. Then you'll have to select your current location. Since I'm in India, so my current location is already selected, so I'll just click on next. Now on this page we have to mention your name, then computer's name, and then you'll have to choose a username and then enter your password twice. So I'll just quickly do that. Alright, and if you don't want to enter your password every time you log in into your operating system, you can turn this one off. Otherwise just let it be on for security reasons and then click on next. Alright, now from here you can choose the theme for your operating system, and you can make this customization later as well. So I'll just let it be on the light theme and then I'll just tap on next, and then finally the installation is going to begin. So just sit back and let this installation complete. And as you can see from the left side of this installer window, that there is still a lot of bugs that Canonical needs to take care of before ready for everyone. Then once the installation is finished, you can just click on restart now, or you can click on continue testing. But remember, whatever changes you make to your operating system, it will not be retained since it will be in a live mode only. So it's better you do a restart and finish the installation. then you're going to get a message like this: please remove the installation medium, and then press enter. So you can just press enter. Then you will be taken to the welcome page. You can just select your user, then enter the password and hit enter. Now before we can start using our operating system, there are few things that needs to be taken care of. So let's do them. Now if you have any online accounts that you want to link with your operating system, you can do that from here. But I'll just skip this for now. Now to help improve Ubuntu, you can send the information that is helpful to them. So I'll just let it be ticked here. Yes, send system information to Canonical. And then I'll just click on next. But before I can do that, I can see that there's a software update available. I'll just minimize it for now. Click on next. Then after that, it's about privacy. I'll keep the location services off, and then next. Now these are the applications that are ready to go, and if you want to download more applications, you can click here on Open App Center now. Now from here, depending on the categories, you can download the applications. For example, if you click here on development, you can see we have the Sublime Text, Visual Code, Notepad, Android Studio, Eclipse. So depending on your requirement, you can download the softwares. And if you are not able to find the application by scrolling down, then you can just search the application from here. In the same way, you can click on different tabs, and then depending on your need and requirement, you can download those applications. So I'll just close it for now, and then you can finally just click on done. And since I received this software update, I will install it now. Then I'll just let it be on restart later. Alright, then on the left side on this taskbar, you can see we have the Firefox web browser, then we have Thunderbird mail, we have files, LibreOffice Writer, App Center, Help, Trash, and then at the bottom we have this show apps. If you click here, you can see all the applications that are present currently in your computer or in your guest operating system. If you want to change the settings, then you'll have to click here on settings, and then from here you will be able to control your guest operating system. You can change any kind of settings that you want. If you click on about, you can see the operating system is 23.10 Ubuntu. Then this is my processor i7-10750H, and I have allocated 4 cores. That's why it's written 4 here. Memory available is 5.8. Disk capacity is 26.8. If you want to see the system details, you can click here, and then you can see the other details as well. And the kernel version is 6.5.0. So in this way, you can go ahead and start customizing your operating system. You can make different kind of changes, like you can click on appearance and then change the wallpaper and also the color theme. You can go ahead and start customizing your operating system the way you want it to function. And from the top, you can click here on this power off button, and from here, if you click here, then you can turn off your computer. You can suspend, which is similar to sleep. Then this is restart, power off, then this is log out. And our internet connection is a wired connection, that's why it's showing wired. It's a virtual wired connection, I can say, not a real wired connection. Since this guest operating system is connected with my host operating system, Bluetooth is here, which I doubt if we can use it directly from here. Then it shows the power mode, the type of the theme that we are using, and then from here also we have this settings button, and then you can control the sound as well. And also, before finishing this video, I'll show you one quick tip. You can just click here on resize button and then click on this maximize again. And now you can see that the Ubuntu has been turned into full screen mode. Now it's a proper 16:9 screen size. So we don't have to install any softwares or guest editions or tools to get a full screen display with VMware, which is very different from VirtualBox. In VirtualBox, we will have to download and install guest editions to get many of the features which we need. But anyways, let's not make this video too long. I hope you were able to download and install Ubuntu 23.10 on VMware Workstation Player. So don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.